I think that dating has progressively failed to deliver on its promise in our generation. That's for fact. If you don't believe, check the stats. Either which way, hope I don't sound like I'm making rhymes. I feel like dating has progressively failed to deliver on its promise for our generation. And that's facts. I think you can check the stats. We don't want to date in our generation, and I'm talking Gen Z. Why? I think because like the way dating is, it has kind of changed significantly, and because the culture seems to be changing, it's not able to deliver on the results that it usually would. That's helping people build relationships that can now develop into more serious commitments and into long-term commitments like marriage. If you look at the scenario, especially the dating scenes from London to Lagos, everywhere, the streets are red. The dating streets are red. And I think it is because the way dating was set up to work, I'm not so sure it was set up to thrive in our generation. And hey, let me break it down. In the way dating worked in the past, because the world was not super connected, people usually would date within the circles and the confines of their community. So it's usually easier to find people who shared common values, common grounds. And because there was a significant level of communal living, especially physical, through physical interactions, through common ground, through shared beliefs, it was easier to find people who worked together, people who actually believed the same thing, and it actually ended up working together fine for them. But then we have a generation that's super connected globally, and then with the evolution of online dating, connections are really shallow. They're not as deep seated as they used to be back then, and I think that has really broken down the structure of dating and what it was supposed to provide. Another thing I think that really has dating going downhill is the fact that people are now moving based on just emotions and attractions, um, which I don't think was really the basis of dating back then, let's say 20, 30, 40 years ago. I think there we had people who had a rooted friendship. Even if they didn't have a sense of friendship, there was a sense of common ground. There were things that were similarly believed, value systems that were anchoring people together. So you would find that most people, by the time they started dating, had already been friends for a while. And that kind of meant they shared same belief systems, or they agreed on a significant number of things that were foundational to a relationship, and they were not just bothering or relying on romantic relationships, which I think is how dating should be. You see, I think dating should be where we use our head a lot and don't use our feelings a lot. But we find that our generation likes to use their feelings a lot, likes to bank on that attraction, that love. And because we are afraid of what commitment, what can lie on the other side of commitment, we settle for shallow relationships, like situationships. And so you see, dating has morphed into different things. The fact that there's online dating is not so deep, it's now shallow. We have situationships where there is no commitment, there is no boundaries, there is no definition. It has just disintegrated. And I think when you look at it that way, you can easily come to the conclusion that dating is dead. But then, what do I think? I actually believe that we can go back to the way our ancestors lived, which is really actually to build friendships. I think that our generation has really trumped the power of friendships. I think building friendships across board, really getting to know people for who they are without any behind motive, I think is very, very healthy. And I think our generation should be falling back to that way of life. Just building healthy community, building healthy friendships, and then growing from that phase into more committed relationships and dating. I think that is healthy, largely for two reasons. First things first, I believe dating puts a certain kind of pressure. And when you're dating, you're going on dates to find out if you're compatible with somebody, if you like them, and if you want to follow and push through. That puts pressure, right? People are going out, there's pressure. Everybody's trying to perform. Some people feel like they flopped the first date, flopped the second date. Will they have a chance for a third date to kind of prove themselves? And also because it's some sort of trying to sell yourself, you might now be able to successfully conceal some things that might be very, very important. So I think that that form of dating might not really help you if what you really want to do is get to know someone better. I think building relationships, building friendships actually would be a better route. You see, if someone cannot be your friend based on maybe their value systems, how they treat others, the kind of life they live, then it kind of tells you whether or not you can date them. You see, so I think that is a healthier path to take, right? Than just that whole go, go, go. Because I think the more our generation gets to that go, 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 it's not panning out well for us. The relationships are getting more shallow. We are drifting more and more every day. Everybody's saying the dating scene is crazy. They are scared. They don't want to commit. So that's why they are now doing situationships up and down, which is causing even more deeper heartbreaks. So I think building friendships, we need to go back to building friendships, healthy friendships, getting to know people for who they are, appreciating them for who they are, not even with that whole mindset of, okay, um, let them be my friend for now, then later. No, just actually building friendships. I think that will really help to now set us up in that context where we can now pursue even more committed relationships. You see. The second reason is because I think my generation does not know how to stick with stuff till it works. And that's where somebody I really respect, who's my friend, thinks he has a hypothesis that says dating has bred or has cultivated the divorce culture. So he says that dating has trained people in the pathway of divorce. So when they feel like they cannot stick out something in a relationship, you just walk away and that's it. And because of how easy it is to just get with somebody, walk away, people have now taken that energy into a marriage. And you find a lot of people in our generation divorcing for things that could actually be sorted out. Things that with time, with hard work, with counseling could actually morph into a beautiful marriage. People actually walk away for that. And I think it is based on that culture that cannot work things out, cannot fix stuff. We just want to get a brand new one. So based on that, I think we should actually go back to building friendships. And you'd find that a lot of people, when they are focused on building healthy friendships in their lives, I think it kind of influences even the way they date or the way they seek relationships. It's not the same way. It's not with that same hunger, that same, I just want somebody to love me. I just want, the energy is different. There is no seeming desperation in the way they are dating. And I think from that pool of friends, my favorite person, who's my mentor, always says the probability that the person you're going to be with is around you in your immediate circle is higher than someone who you don't know at all. So if we focus on actually building a community of friends around us with the same value systems, the same vision, the same path, who want to go the same place with us in life, it's easier to now find people who we can actually be romantically aligned with. We can now find that partner who can do life with us on a more intimate scale from that circle. So I think we should go back. I'm proposing that this dating thing, I believe personally, is not working. So let's go back to building community. Let's go back to building friendships. And I found that a lot of people don't pay attention to actually cultivating their friendship circle, their network of friends, male and female. They don't actually like invest into that. And I think you have to. Because one of the reasons why people are failing at that dating thing is because they don't even know how to cultivate normal relationships, platonic relationships, that relationship of sacrificing, love, caring for somebody else, putting someone else ahead of yourself, just really developing that friendship, bonding over, life, sharing what you believe. People don't necessarily focus into building those kind of relationships. And I think it affects their strength, the strength of their dating relationships. Honestly, personally, if you ask me, I'll say dating is dead. But then having friends and building friends that can now from them morph into other things is not dead, you see. So when we focus on building friendships, we develop the grit, we develop the skill set to actually build lasting relationships. If you ask me, um building healthy friendships, I think is even more healthy. Is more beneficial for you than just dating and this didn't work and move on, dating this didn't work and move on. Why don't we try to form healthy connections with people, get to know them better? Sometimes I know people who said their partner, who is now probably their husband, their wife, they knew them before, but they couldn't have worked then. But they were friends. And then over time they grew and matured, and they found that, hey, I really do like you. And they cannot work because they were able to keep a friendship. Now when we keep that dating culture of, no, you didn't work, throw this person away, you didn't work, you see. But when we're able to build friendships over time, people grow. And I've seen so many people who marry their friends, over time, because people really did grow. People did become better and shed off some childish things. And yeah, it was easier to do that. So I think that truly, if you believe dating is dead, or you're having a hard time in the dating pool, you want to invest into building healthy friendships with male and female people. And as you do that, it trains your skills. And even within your community and your circle and your network of friends, you're able to find that person. I think it's possible. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'd enjoy this where I talk about situationships. I said one of the backdrops is that our generation, we're no longer doing dating. We just don't want to have our hearts broken. The streets are red. So right now, everybody's going to situationships. You want to check out this video and what I had to say about them. I'm Krymkat, helping you build relationships that you love. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. I love you. Till next time. Bye.